Well, welcome back everybody to episode 12 of Performance Parakone. We're really happy to have you guys back. How are you, Suleyma?
Yeah, I feel so excited to finally be on another episode. It's not like, your favorite co-host, you know. So anyways, glad to be back. Sorry.
Yeah, so we're really excited today. We're going to get to recap kind of this last year here at the Barriento Scholarship Foundation. We're going to talk about what's coming up next year here at BSF. Really just giving you guys the full rundown of what's been up here with the students, with our families of our students, and of course our sponsors. So we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys the big number, right? So over this last year, we got to raise over $74,000 in the last year. So that's over $500,000 since 2005, since we started giving away our first $500 scholarship. So I just wanted to shout that out. Tony Aguilera's been doing a great job as well of pushing this, helping our sponsors, bring more money through all our different initiatives like the scholarship, golf fundraiser, for example. So this is a big milestone for us.
Yeah, kudos to Tony and everyone that has helped, raise a lot of money this past year. And also this past year, we raised over $30,000 at the BSF golf tournament, which was held at the Trigueron golf course, which is amazing. So thank you. Thank you.
And we'll be talking a little bit more about our upcoming golf tournament here this year in September as well later. So stay tuned for that. Something that we started about a year and a half ago with Tony was the Student Success Program. And it's something that has grown a lot. We've gotten different funding for it now, and we're able to service a larger pool of students. And so we've done a total of 12 sessions now, 3 semesters. And Suleyma, I know you've had the chance to go to a few of those events. You want to talk a little bit about, what we do there?
Yeah, so like Marco said, we hosted events during the academic year for students, and it was such an amazing experience. I was able to actually coordinate one of the events. We did a candle making event, which was my idea that I brought up, and it was really amazing just to see, it be executed and have all of the students there. And they had a lot of fun, actually. Who knew that candle making was actually a fun activity? So
Yeah.
if you haven't done it, you should do it. But yeah, I really liked it. And another event that we have done in the past was fouling, which is a combination of bowling and football. So instead of using a bowling ball to knock down pins, you throw a football to try and knock all of them down. So that's a very interesting combination of two different sports, but it's very fun. So I enjoyed it a lot as well. So those events, we try to do for our students that participate in the Student Success Program. And, we just try to get them connected to each other. We also have some partners that come and, just try to get them connected to our partners as well. So it's just a really,
Right.
chill, laid back event for students. And for the majority of the part, I haven't heard any complaints, but they like it. So,
Yeah, I haven't heard any complaints except about you, but that's about it. No, I'm just kidding. I think the events, they love the events. The sessions are great too. Of course, we have people from Clarkson, all these people that come and speak on healthcare, the health track, right? Just kind of opening up a lot of this information that maybe first generation students especially just aren't familiar with. So take a look at our website too if you want to learn more about that. If you're in the Omaha area, UNO, we hold Zoom sessions as well. So you can find some more information on our website. This last year, we just wanted to shout out Omaha Community Foundation for supporting the Student Success Program as well. Something when we first started, our sponsor Jimmy John was providing food. We really were just getting people we knew to come speak, but thankfully to the Omaha Community Foundation, we're going to bring in new speakers, different guests, have bigger, fun candle making events, whatever Suleyma thinks of next. Who knows? Will we
pottery.
doing something pottery? See, I'll come to that one. But yeah, so thank you to the Omaha Community Foundation for just helping this program get bigger and better for these first generation students.
Yeah, and another recap, another stat from this past year was that we, at our events, Las Posadas, that event, there was a $600 scholarship that was granted as well. And this $600 scholarship was actually initially $500. But Diego Gutierrez, who was also one of our guests in one of our episodes, he donated an extra $100 to that scholarship. And he has helped a lot with different events. Like I said, he's been on the podcast and he's also helped with a little bit of the editing for some of the episodes. So yeah, that was a really great, inspiration for a lot of us because, I was Diego, if you guys remember, he is 19 years old. And, for him to just already be contributing to a scholarship like that, it just is inspiring, at least for me too, because I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to donate too. Like, where can I donate if it's at least $5?
I feel like we're technically donating right now with our time and with our effort and our love.
True, true.
So
That instead.
yeah, right. No, Diego is awesome. Thank you, Diego. Definitely check out that episode. He also flies planes. That's pretty cool. I wish I could do that. So we have the BSF Career Fair as well. That was something that we did, what was it, back in November, our first ever career fair. I kind of remember Tony just telling me about it, and I was like, what, we're doing a career fair? And we were doing it, and Methodist and Clarkson and J.E. Dunn helped us put together a STEM-focused career fair. So this was awesome for our students. It wasn't just for Latinos or even first generation. It was open to everyone. So it was cool to see all the different type of people that came down to our new office building at Modus co-working. So, thank you, Tony, for continuing to add so much great programming. We'll be doing the career fair again this year. I'm not sure when again, but please just follow us on our social media and our website. I know there'll be more information about that as that gets closer to the end of the year.
Yeah, and we were also able to do some pretty cool episodes and different locations last year as well. So kudos to Herdat Podcast as well because they were able to go out and help us record an episode at the Pinnacle Bank Championship, and as well as the Omaha Michelada Fest, which was the first the year that they held that event. And so that was such a cool experience. We were able to record at those locations, and it was just an amazing time to be able to kind of step outside of our comfort zone, step outside of where we normally record at. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yeah. Shout out Diana too. If you're watching this. So our new website, that is something that we've been wanting to talk about for a while, but we've just been so busy. But thank you to Los Afina for our new updated website. It looks beautiful. There's new application as well, like an application form to make it a little easier for our students. And I think that with a limited budget for a long time, we just weren't able to update it as much and make it as accessible to as many students as we wanted. So it's really exciting for us to just see how much things have changed in the last few years. And like our website, it just feels like a brand new car. I don't know how to describe it. When you just have a new website, it just feels like clean. You're just like, oh, this is fresh. So
You just want to be on it all the time.
no, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I actually thank you so much, Losa. It's a beautiful website. I literally keep the tab open 24/7.
Yeah, and we also had a new intern. Her name is Alexa. She's part of the Office of Latin American Studies. And, she was able to kind of take on a lot of the tasks that I used to do for BSF when I was an intern. So that was really cool to kind of see the next person in this cycle, get to experience. And also a huge shout out to Yuriku Doku at UNO. She was my advisor and professor as well. And she's part of the Office of Latin American Studies. And she was able to, really guide me in finding this internship and provide me with a lot of connections that I otherwise wouldn't have had. And I feel like it's the same with other students that are part of that program as well. So huge shout out to Yuri for making my internship a possibility and for it to be a great opportunity.
Yes, awesome. Thank you, Yudi. Thank us for giving us interns that just keep getting better. Better and better and better.
Okay,
Just
no shade.
getting better. Um, all right. So this next part, we really appreciate you guys if you guys stuck with us through this next part. We're going to go ahead and list the name of our recipients this year. This is really what BSF originally set out to do, right? We have all our great programming, but we're really here to find ways to get these students, the education that they deserve, chase their dreams, and keep them there. That's why we embody we created this student success program to, not only embody getting them into school, but how do we keep them there? So we're going to go ahead and tell you guys who the recipients were from this year. I'm going to go ahead and start. So this first 4 recipients that I'm going to list, these are our returning scholars. So these are students that we have already awarded in previous years, but we continue to award these students year after year. And then Suleyma will go ahead and list our new 2025 scholars. So starting with Israel Hernandez, a $5,000 scholarship for nursing at Metro Community College, which was funded by Alvarez Insurance. Thank you, Alvarez Insurance, especially Gina Gomez. Gina Gomez has been around for years, since the beginning, actually, of the BSF scholarship. So thank you, Alvarez. Congratulations, Israel Hernandez. Aiden Martinez, $7,000 scholarship for graduate studies and education at Doane College, funded by Casa de la Cultura. Shout out Casa de la Cultura too. I got a chance to work there. Awesome group of people. Aiden Martinez, congratulations. Ottawa Quinones, $4,000 scholarship for Masters in Dual Language at UNL. This scholarship is actually in honor of my grandmother, Lucy Mora. We actually had the opportunity to talk to Ottawa Quinones on one of our podcast episodes. We'll make sure to link that in the description for you guys. Feel free to check that out. His mother, he's awesome. He's doing great things. Lucia Venegas, $5,000 scholarship to pursue healthcare at Creighton through the Magic Touch Scholarship in honor of Eddie Sandoval. So congratulations to Lucia Venegas.
Yeah, yay! I'm so glad to see some returning faces of these scholarship recipients. So congrats to everyone. And for this year, 2025 scholars include Juana Daniela Perez, a $5,000 scholarship for education counseling at the University of Nebraska at Kearney, funded by Alvarez Insurance. Congratulations, Juana. Isabel Brito, $6,000 scholarship for arts at UNO at the University of Nebraska at Omaha in honor of Ella and Vidal Barrientos. Congratulations, Isabel. Gianna Bailey, a $4,000 scholarship for marketing at the University of Nebraska at Lincoln, funded by Cinco de Mayo. Congrats. Maria del Carmen Bravo Salomon, a $2,500 scholarship for business at Metropolitan Community College, funded by BSF. Kaylee Lagos, a $3,000 scholarship for healthcare at Metropolitan Community College, funded by CHI. Congratulations. Ashley Calderon Palacios, a $3,000 scholarship for healthcare at the University of Nebraska at Lincoln, funded by CHI Health. Camila Gonzalez Perez, a $2,500 scholarship for healthcare at Clarkson College, funded by Clarkson College. Juan Mancia Vargas, a $5,000 scholarship for construction at the University of Nebraska, Lincoln, and Omaha, funded by J.E. Dunn. Francisco Tomas Santiago, a $5,000 scholarship, Somos One scholarship for construction, funded by the J.E. Dunn and LEDC. Joshua Goldsmith, a $1,000 scholarship for marketing communications at UNL, funded by Losafina. Dalen Reyes was awarded a $3,000 scholarship for healthcare at UNO in honor of Eddie Sandoval, funded by Magic Touch. And Ana Guillen, a $2,000 $500 scholarship for nursing at Creighton in honor of Eddie Sandoval, funded by Magic Touch as well. Antonio Vargas was awarded a $2,500 scholarship for business at Creighton, funded by Magic Touch. Daniela Sanchez Romo was awarded a $2,500 scholarship for healthcare at Creighton University, funded by Methodist College. David Goldsmith was also awarded a $3,000 scholarship for business at the University of Nebraska at Lincoln, funded by Nebraska Furniture Mart. Fatima Pina was awarded a $2,500 scholarship for undeclared studies at the University of Nebraska Omaha, funded by Latino Society of OPPD employees. So congratulations to all of the 2025 scholarship recipients. We wish you the best of luck in this new journey that you're going to be taking, and we wish you the best of luck always.
Yes, and you guys will hopefully get to hear from some of these students, on our social medias when they come to different events, and, getting them on the podcast hopefully in the future. So time to shift to what's up and coming. Suleyma, I know I just gave you a mouthful, but do you want to start with what's up and coming with the Student Success Program?
I guess. Yeah, so very exciting. As we said, we try to do student success program sessions each fall and spring. So this year we will have 4 fall and 4 spring sessions, and there's going to be more events for students to connect to professionals and with each other. So that's very exciting. Keep a lookout on our socials to see the dates, locations, and times for that. So yeah, very excited to be having these sessions again. They're very helpful for students to know more about the careers that they might want to pursue, and just to connect with other professionals in the community as well.
Definitely. Thank you, Suleyma. So next, BSF golf tournament on September 19th. So for anybody watching this, if you are, you work in the Omaha area, you're looking to get connected with the Latino community. If you're a Latino that likes to golf, come, check out the link that we'll put in the description here for different sponsorships or tickets. Or go to our website as well. That will be on September 19th. So this golf tournament is a way that we raise funds for, our students, our student success program, things that we give back directly to our community. So we would love to see you guys there. Please spread the word. We'd really appreciate it.
Yeah, and we also have the Latino Golf Association events happening all summer. And the Latino Golf Association's main goal is just to get, our community into these spaces where the majority of the time, when you think of golfing and golfing work events, you think of, just white people, golfing out there and getting in on the green. And so, yeah, the Latino Golf Association is a really great organization that provides just opportunities for people in our community to really, set foot in those spaces where we typically don't really see each other. And so they just had their annual Somos One golf tournament this past week. And so I heard that was a huge success. And so I feel like there's going to be many, many more events that are going to be as successful as that. And, very exciting. So also keep a lookout because they will be happening this summer, all summer.
Yes, shout out Francisco and Nadeli and Nico and that whole team for putting that together. They've been doing a great job with the LGA events. They're just a great group of people, and I went to one of their events while I was down there in Nebraska, and it was a lot of fun. It was great to do online, or not online, like indoor golfing. I didn't even know you could do that. So it was pretty cool. Coming up next as well, Mi Casa es Su Casa. This is the event hosted by Casa de la Cultura, our professional networking event that we do, or that Casa de la Cultura does. I forget, I don't work there anymore. But it'll be in August, and so please go to the website. Just stay tuned for what's happening, where it's going to be. I don't exactly know. I don't think they determined the location, but if you go to the Casa de la Cultura, Cultura Omaha is the Instagram page, you'll be able to find more information there.
On a not so light and fun note, we wanted to address some of the issues that are impacting our South Omaha community in the past month and the past couple of weeks as well. I personally just wanted to say that my heart goes out to the South Omaha community. I have a few friends, family that have been personally affected by the ICE raids that happened in the past 3 weeks. And so I just wanted to say that, I understand and I feel for all of the families that are having to go through a tough situation like this. It's not fun, it's not easy, and it's not something that I would want anyone to go through. We just wanted to let you all know that we stand with our community and we want to be a resource for anyone that is going through some hard times. So we'll definitely add some links in the bio, in the description, and just, whether that's local or national, we just want to express that we are here for you. And yeah, so my heart goes out to the community just because I know what it feels like to be in a situation as tough as that. So just know that we're all thinking of you.
Yeah, thank you, Suleyma. Yeah, these are our friends, our family, people in our community that we know, right? I mean, we know people that are, DACA, et cetera, that have seen, their family members, lose, just like, just these situations tough for them. And so we're standing with you. We work with these people. I mean, a lot of the community, a lot of the students that we're helping serve here are people like where their families aren't from here, or they're not from here. So, we just want to stand with our community. So thank you, Suleyma, for putting that out there. So thank you. On that, we want to shift a little bit to a little bit of a lighter note. As we're finishing season one, we thought it would just be cool to let you guys get a little bit more of a peek into who Suleyma and I are. Like how did we kind of meet? Like what do we do outside of this? Like, and just who we are. So, Suleyma, you can start.
Gosh, it's always on me. No, yeah, when I first met Marcos, I didn't know what to expect just because I hadn't met him in person. When I did my internship,
Yeah.
all of our meetings were online, and so I was like, "Who is this guy?" Um,
We didn't meet for like
so
6 months or something.
yeah, it was a while until we actually met in person, but when we did, I was like, "Oh, he's actually not that older than me." Because I originally thought that he was like, I don't know, like 35, maybe pushing
Calling me
40.
Unc is
No, I'm just
crazy.
kidding. But yeah, it was interesting because I was like, "Oh, you know what? He could actually be an acquaintance, maybe. Maybe a friend, I don't know." But yeah, it
Went to
was.
the zoo.
Yeah, we have, hung out with other mutual friends that we have too, which I'm like, it's so crazy that, it's such a small world. But yeah, we actually did a volleyball tournament together. That's one of the things we have in common. So I was like, oh, interesting.
Yeah, we needed an extra player, and I was like, oh God, I guess I have to go hit up Suleyma. Nah, she was actually pretty good though. I mean, it was a lot of fun getting to play like the volleyball tournament and stuff, especially because like our community is so like the South Omaha community is so tight knit that like she interned here, but now you even work for Supera, and we're all kind of connected, and we all like do stuff LEDC, right? Like everyone just kind of hangs out together. I feel like every networking event, it's always like not the same people. There's always new people, but like there's always that
Yeah.
group of like you're like, oh, this is like almost like family, like friends. Everyone, we all do stuff in the same field.
Yeah, there's definitely been times when I go to those events and I'm like, oh, like that person looks familiar, but I don't know them. And then I get to know them more. And it's just crazy how intertwined everyone is in this community, which I feel like is small, but it's very spread out in Omaha, I feel like.
Yeah,
So,
I thought it was interesting when I went to the Luminarium for something, and then I found out that like I don't remember why I mentioned your name. I was probably trash talking you or something, but it was like they're like, oh, I know Suleyma. And dude, they were like, oh, I love Suleyma. They're like, she's the best, and I'm like, are we talking about the same? No.
Talking about this, you're like,
So
I've
it's
gotten a
interesting,
different. You're
dude.
like,
They
I've
all
gotten
knew
a
you.
different perspective. Yeah,
Oh yeah,
yeah. At that point, I feel like probably when you went, like everyone knew each other, but since then, I feel like there's been new hires, people have left, so yeah. But I still got my people down there too, so
Luminarium's sick. Oh, we get like slight shout out to the Luminarium. They like do
yeah.
marigold stuff too.
Oh.
What else? What else? So, I mean, we also went to the farmers market. We've been to a lot of birthdays.
Yeah. Yeah, that is true. You went to mine, I went to yours, so I feel like you've just been, I'm like, wow.
That means we're friends, right? You went to my birthday. I went to your birthday. We're homies now.
Mm. I would say like close acquaintances.
Yeah,
I'm just
yeah, that's
kidding.
fair, I guess.
But I want to know well, not that I want to know, but maybe our viewers want to know what your hobbies are. What are your hobbies, Marcos?
I just wish they could see that, like, our little notes where your nickname on my document is Sloppy Joe.
Oh my gosh, let's not even get into that.
Sloppy Joe. Um, Yeah, so anyways, I almost forgot about that. So okay, for y'all's reference, my nickname on here is Master Pole. So a little bit of like inside jokes. Anyways, so my my hobbies kind of consists of, I don't know. This when I'm looking at it, I'm like, I kind of just do one thing, but I definitely like to do volleyball. I like to box as well. I actually recently fractured my hand doing boxing, which kind of sucked, but it did happen. So like
You
boxing is
called
fun.
that.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. I mean, listen, it was a tough battle. I won that one, I think. But it was a good one, so. I also like to run. Running is like something that I picked up recently. I don't know. It's just I feel like it's good like mental like I hate running. So my philosophy is that like if you can be like if you could do one thing that you don't like, that you don't want to do, for example, like running every day, then inherently like you've overcome something, an obstacle that like you didn't have to overcome, but you decided to. So,
Yeah.
all right, you give me a
I
few
like
now.
running too. I like running too. I'm not gonna lie, I like running. It's just I like to run whenever I want to. I feel like once I get into like a routine, I just feel like it's not fun anymore. Because I used to run, I ran for maybe like a straight month and a half consistently. And then, I don't know, there's something about running that I like. It's a love-hate relationship, to be honest, because I love it. I think it's a great workout to just get out of the way. Because, once you hit a mile, you're done. Your heart's racing, all of this and all of that. But it's tough because I like it, but it's just hard for me to get into a consistent routine with it.
We should have a
But
race.
you would win. You're taller than me, have longer legs, so I don't even want to debate
No, I just want to do it just so I can win. I just want to be like, ah.
that. Okay. Ego over here talking. Anyways, another hobby of mine is going on bike rides. I feel like I'm the active person, but I feel like I am an active person, but I don't do it enough. Like last week, I went to a yoga class and it was really fun. It was really cool. So I like doing stuff like that sporadically. But then when it comes to like sitting down and setting a routine, that's when I'm like, I don't want to do it anymore, which is bad because that's how it should be. But anyways,
Right.
I've also,
Wait, where'd you go
fun
to do
fact.
yoga?
Oh, it was in downtown. They were doing like a free class and it was outside on the grass and I didn't have a mat, so I brought a blanket. Or I mean a towel. So it was fun.
Nice.
I liked it. But fun fact about me, I actually went skydiving last year and that was really fun too. So I like, you see what I mean? Like I like doing things actively, sporadically. If that makes sense.
No, that's fair. That's fair. A little spontaneity. I see on here that you like watching novellas. You want to give us a
Oh
rundown of
yes,
which
I'm a
novellas?
okay, Teresa, number one. That's always a good one. The one that I'm currently watching, because I like to watch them, just for the nostalgic vibes. I watch them with my mom too, still to this day. But it's called Soy tu dueña. Top notch, chef's kiss. The drama, the plot twist, the actors, everything about that novela is so good. I like that. Rebelde, that's another good one. That's like a teen nostalgic moment vibe for me when I watch it. Um, yeah, I think those are my top three, but there's definitely En Nombre del Amor, Sortilegio,
Okay, you got them all on
and
deck.
I don't know. I mean, I like the really old ones. Not really old ones. I don't want to call them really old because they're not that old. They're like early 2000s, 2010-ish. Those are my
Facts.
jam.
Okay, I'm about to check some of those out. Would you say, I'm just curious because like it's such a popular thing right now. I feel like Love Island has the same amount of drama as like like a
Yes, yes.
novella.
So another thing about me is I don't really like watching like those love show reality series shows, whatever. But my boyfriend's sister actually got us into Love Island this year, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is just like a novela.
Dude, it's so dramatic. They like go back and forth between people's like faces, and I'm
Yeah.
like, for like a minute, I'm like, all right, what's happening?
Yep, yep, yep.
But that's how I
Just
feel
like
when I
a love
watch a
show.
novella. So I don't know. It's kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
But it's so good.
For
It's
me,
just,
for me, I like novelas because even though they're cringy, corny, they're so funny. And the same thing happens to me when I watch Love Island too. So I just,
yeah, it's
chef's
the same
kiss.
thing. Yeah, that's my novella, Love Island. I'll claim that. Well, I think that we could talk a couple more things. I had a couple more things written on here. Nothing that interesting though.
Yeah, what else? What else?
I like
What
to
else
play
are your hobbies?
chess. Chess is cool. I just feel like it's so nerdy too. Hiking. I'm like, who wrote these? Drawing. I like. I like to actually. I do like to draw too. I mean, I like anything that's a little bit of like stimulating. Like working out. I like to play basketball. I'm kind of. It's kind of weird. Suleyma and I, for as much as like, it's crazy that we're co-hosts because I actually kind of feel like there's similar stuff that like I don't like to watch novellas, but I love a little good like drama, like movie, like a good dramatic TV show. And I definitely like to stay active, so I feel like we're kind of aligned in that way.
Yeah. Yeah, there's definitely some similarities, but I'm glad there's a lot of differences.
Facts. Well, I think that's a good note to end it on, everybody. Thank you for, tuning in today for this 12th episode of Performance Parakone.
Yes, thank you so much. We enjoyed having this episode and we hope you enjoyed watching it as well. So we hope to see you next time.
Yep. See y'all soon.